I am Ladipo Okpeseyi, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, and I have the privilege also to be the current chairman of the Island Club. The location of the Island Club happened to be very prime when you talk about Lagos. You realize that movement, in a way, was very bad in the 70s to early 80s. But I think compared to the kind of hold-up we used to have in those periods, it's a lot better now, because you could be on this Ikorodu road for hours on end in those good old days. But now, even though we have more vehicular movement, I still believe that you spend less hours on the road. But I still believe that these hours you spend on the road can still be reduced by creating other means of transportation, concentrating on rail line, concentrating on the BRT is doing a wonderful job. Takes a lot of cars off the road, and I learned that the governor is pumping more vehicles into that, which is very good. Like you can see, the TBS, the new bus terminals there, it's a very beautiful one. I would say it's even a tourist attraction for Lagos. So I think governance in Lagos State has taken very steady steps in improving transportation and the comfort of the teeming population that come into Lagos year in, year out. The premises we occupy at the Island Club used to be the West African Frontier Officers Mess. Those 50 gentlemen who started the Island Club, they have businesses in Nigeria and in different parts of the world, and they had schooled in different parts of the world, and they're back in Nigeria. There was discrimination, you can say apartheid in Nigeria then, but they refused to be part of apartheid. They refused to be discriminated against in their own country, unlike, like where they were coming from, either where they went to school or had other interests, business interests. So I'm getting to Nigeria, a lot of them agreed that they must fight the scourge of racism. Before the Island Club, as you would well know, there are a couple of other clubs, older, much older. But these clubs were either Europeans only or Africans only. But when the Island Club came in, it came in with a purpose to fight racism. So it started with both Africans and non-Africans. And that was how the Island Club was started. And history gives it to us that this was the first place in West Africa that you have the convergence of black and white under the same roof, sharing conviviality and so on. Lagos has evolved greatly. You appreciate that with Island Club being the center of social activities at a particular time, there will be movement towards the island. The Love Garden, is now Muson Center. Today we have the City Mall there, and the National Museum is there, but its ground is greatly limited. But then, thank God, Lagos State government now, you can see what they're doing around Island Club now. And I'm sure the museum will be one of the things in focus, because Lagos State government now wants to create a super tourist center. And if you want to create such a super tourist center, then the museum and everything around here will be part of that concept. The residence of the Prime Minister, the first and only Prime Minister in Nigeria, is directly opposite the Island Club. The Minister for Finance used to be where we have Zone 2 headquarters now. These are monumental structures. The residence of the President is on the other side after the Muson. So these are monumental things that were in Lagos, and you can see the way things are changing. Third Mainland Bridge is come, and several other bridges are coming.
Eko akete idu ọgbọ́n arọmọdé kó má má já o. Eko aromisa lẹ́gbẹ̀lẹ́gbẹ̀ kó má sídùúta òbè kòwé. Àpirọ́ kó má sídùúta òbè kòwé. Bèkòwé o kó má sídùúta òbè. Bèbè tó sì tó.
Lagos is my success story. This is my Lagos story.